Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm really happy to see all of you here. I just wanted to sort of welcome you to the session and tell a little bit about what Confluence is. So Confluence is a pre-accelerator for deep tech startups, which is funded by the Investment and Development Agency of Latvia. And the goal of the whole program is to connect early stage deep tech startups with partners for collaboration. It could be in form of consultations and together working on developing the product, or it also might be proof of concept pilots. So today you will see 10 startups that have been working with their partners for a few weeks now. The partners include LMT, Softechnica, Latunergo, NP Energies, and many others. And this is a midway of the program, so this is a good place to check in on how it is going. So also a great opportunity for you to see some of the business ideas in science that are born here in Latvia. And I believe you with the fact that some of these founders have pitched a lot of times, others might be doing it for the first time on a stage, so we'll appreciate if you can give them some support in form of applause. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Thank you, Aris. Thank you very much. And we will be very strict on time today because time is absolutely limited. First of all, they will present in 3 minutes presentations, and afterwards we will tend to our panel of experts who will have only 1 minute to press in that minute as much feedback and questions as they can. Let's meet them. First of all, entrepreneur and business angel, Valdemars Brediķis. A round of applause. And she's the chairperson of the board at the Commercialization Reactor, Ilona Gulchaka. All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rumble? More energy, are you ready? Excellent. So let's start with the first presenter. He's representing ISAT. They're using nanosatellites and AI to enhance Earth observation. Let's welcome on the stage, Harvis Stuč. All right, Harvis, here's your mic, here's your clicker, and your 3 minutes begin now.
Thank you so much, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. So, hello everybody. My name is Harvis Stuč. I am the co-founder and CIO at ISAT. So, today, Earth observation is just too slow. Farmers have to manually check if their crops are okay, and border guards don't have data they need to see what's happening on broader fields and military zones, which leads to very, very difficult decision making. So how do we solve this issue? We solve it by creating a CubeSat constellation that doesn't just take images, it also thinks. Each and every single CubeSat will be powered with our onboard AI computer that will analyze the pictures and send only the insightful images back to Earth, saving time and delivering information in only minutes. Also, we will give hyperspectral data and give data about what is important. So, the use cases. Our primary use case is the defense market. For delivering data and information about what is happening on the battlefield, telling people and the military where are the enemies and where they are going. We approximate the market size to be around 300 million euros. The second market we've been working with is agriculture, where we can deliver farmers information about their crops using hyperspectral data to tell them where there are problems and how to fix them. We expect a market size of 100 million in this field. And other fields as well, especially forestry and damage control, where we expect a market of 80 million euros. So our business model is mainly subscriptions, where we provide our customers with an API or platform access to the desired area, and system sales, which was mainly governments and large companies where they can buy our own satellite system. So what is our competitive edge? We have a smaller visit time, so we give data as much as possible. We have hyperspectral data, which many companies don't have that we have. And we also are tailored specifically to what the customer needs. So the customer can tell us what they want, and we give them what they need. And we're also based in Europe, so you know, we're not dependent on the US. Our team is very small, but very, very specific. Arturs leads the aerospace field, Toms leads the marketing and business side. I lead the AI and data, and Toms leads the electronics. Our timeline, so we plan to create the prototype and first AIs now, then we plan to do our first IoT mission in 2026, then the space test, and then the full constellation. Thank you so much.
As fast as a satellite. Thank you, Harvis. Let's turn to our natural intelligence experts. Ilona.
Thank you so much for the presentation. My question will be, you don't have figures here in the presentation. You're saying you're slower, you're faster, but for how much slower, for how much faster?
So when it comes to that, currently in Latvia, you can expect a satellite image every 2 to 3 days. Some more remote areas, you can expect it one image every 1 or 2 weeks. And places like Ukraine that are currently in the war zone, you can expect them every 24 hours. So when it comes to data, you have to specifically be on the spot and have the images all the time.
All right, 20 seconds.
That's an edge. Do you have competitors?
We do have competitors like Planet Labs and Copernicus, but they mainly offer their systems, and the data is either slow or they mainly focus on the precision of the data. They don't actually give the specific data you need, they just give all the images they take.
Call him Mr. Precision right on time. Thank you very much to the first presenter. All right. I'll take these tools. Thank you very much, sir. We're turning to the next presentation. They develop custom voice chat and WhatsApp AI agents, Sharpen AI, represented by Ralfs Aboliņš. Here's your microphone. Here's your clicker, and your 3 minutes start now.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Hi, everybody. My name is Ralfs. I'm one of the co-founders of Sharpen AI, an AI consulting and development agency. So thanks to AI, what companies have the ability to do now is as they scale and expand, they no longer need to increase their headcount. They can simply delegate these tasks to smart and intelligent AI agents and automations. However, a study conducted by MIT shows that unfortunately 95% of these projects fail to bring measurable ROI. This is because they're rushed, poorly integrated into the companies, and simply placed where they do not need to be. This is where our solution comes into play, a 4-step approach, starting with an AI audit process. So we push back the development phase, so we leave room to actually dive deep and diagnose the workflows and operations of a company. This enables us to spot the highest ROI use cases of AI, conduct an introductory roadmap, and then work in the company as the technical team executing on this roadmap. These are some of our current clients and partners we work with, and what better way to showcase what we do than simply showing you some of our case studies. This is an online education company out in New Zealand, and their main bottleneck was that as they're taking on more students, they needed a bigger call center, because per student they had a lot of administrative phone calls. So we built them a hyper-realistic AI call center, which took care of all of these calls, dropping the cost of administrations a lot lower and increasing the efficiency and speed of these phone calls were being taken. Another use case would be a lending company out of the Baltic states who primarily operate in Africa. Africa currently is a very growing market for lending, and so was their lead list. But as we know, with a big lead list, there's also a smaller lost lead list. Since WhatsApp is the primary contact method in Africa, we built them an AI WhatsApp agent that reactivated these lost leads, engaged them in a conversation, and got them back as submitted applications. In the very first month, we achieved an 8.7% lost lead recovery rate, which for this industry is very good. Thankfully, the market for AI enablement projects is growing and only going to get bigger in the future. Our current business model is that we charge 1,000 to 3,000 per AI audit, and then the development and upkeeping fee, well, it really depends on the project size. This is because we currently primarily work with SMEs in the English-speaking region, primarily in the United States, because they're more on the front foot when it comes to AI enablement. An interesting fact is that since all of us co-founders are pretty young, we're active on social media, building our personal brands, so half of our clientele currently comes from organic content, where the cost of acquisition is very, very low. Currently, competitors doing it similarly to us through AI audits are only 2 in the markets we operate in, so it gives us a pretty big competitive advantage, disregarding indirect competitors such as AI softwares. Our roadmap for next year is pretty internally achievement-oriented. However, some more interesting ones would be that we would love to close a big enterprise partnership for next year, as well as reach a 1 million annual revenue.
Thank you. Who needs agents when we have Ralph? A round of applause. You can breathe.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
Let's turn to our experts. Who's up first? Valdemars, Ilona, take the mic. Let's start.
Thanks. Pretty convincing sales pitch for your service.
Thank you.
But how does it convert in your business figures and perspectives?
So this year, we've really been starting to go at it since the start of January, and this year we have done 100,000 in revenue.
Nice. And what is your further go-to-market expansion strategy?
As for expansion, we definitely sort of client acquisition, you mean? Acquiring more clients?
Yeah, client acquisition, market acquisition.
Yeah, it's primarily scaling through paid acquisition channels. Currently, they're working very well through the platforms Meta and Instagram.
Excellent. Well, 5 seconds, quick feedback.
Are you prioritizing any industries over others?
Quick answer. Are you prioritizing industries? 3, 2,
Finance.
Finance. Thank you very much. Ralphs, thank you. Thank you for that speedy and energetic round, and that's what the next presenters are all about. Spinergy. They develop a modular device that can generate green energy on the move. Let's welcome on the stage Pavel Selivanov. Here's your mic, here's your clicker, and let's go.
Thank you. So, good afternoon. I would like to tell you about charging your EV whenever you drive it. So, EV sounds innovative and simple. Somebody produced it. You just need to buy it, to charge, to use, driving, and then charging again. But in real life, it's some problems with two sides. So, some pains, limited range, some problems with batteries, lack of public charging stations, a lot of money needs for R&D investments, and infrastructure challenges. It's too important. So, but by the way, EV market growing now, and it will be grow in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, and so on, growing. And we need some interesting and innovative technologies to support to grow. And I would like to present, this is my development, first compact wind turbine generator for EV. It's designed special for transport, for different kind of transport. And my innovation has a patent. So I think it's really great to have a patent for new innovation. So benefits. My device generates electricity in motion when you're moving. It can provide more range, I think 50% extra range. So you have some freedom from chargers because you can produce electricity in motion, and it also reduced CO2 emissions. And this model device, it's really important because I can adapt it for different types of EV. So this device, it's fully ready to production. And core of my innovation is a capture blades for capture kinetic energy from incoming airflow. And it's important direct torque transmission and high effective permanent magnet generators to produce green electricity. So this modular system, and it's easy to adapt for different kind of transport. So I can adapt it for private urban mobility, for city cars, for public transport, for cargo and trucks. And it's easy to adapt for medium and large size of electric drones, and easy to adapt to EV tools. And in future, it's possible to adapt it for trains and electric airplanes. I think it's really important for airplanes, as they can't use the huge batteries. So I focused on B2B, selling executive license, contracts, manufacturers, after-sales services.
Thank you.
Subscriptions, I'm sorry. And
Thank you. That's all the time we have. Let's leave the slide you want to show. Will this fly? Let's turn to our experts. Ilona.
Thank you very much. An interesting innovation. You've started elaborating about the customers, and actually that's my question. Who is your customer? Who will be paying for that?
We focused on B2B, yeah? And for now, it's important to work only with manufacturers. It's easy, and it gives us more possibilities just not to sell by end users. Work with manufacturers and to sell directly to manufacturers, or to give opportunity for car manufacturers or airplane manufacturers to produce my device by license to cooperate with my company.
Can you please clarify what does it mean when you say we collaborate B2B with manufacturers? What does it actually mean, your collaboration?
10 seconds.
We haven't got any collaboration for now. I'm talking about to have a collaboration in the near future, to have a pilot projects, start from pilot projects, and then make something greater.
Thank you. Thank you very much. A round of applause to Pavel. Sorry, I have to be very strict on time, but a job well done. Hope to see you in the future as well. Let's welcome on the stage Printimed, who developed gloves made of spider silk that act as a protective mask. Representing them is Sandra Treide. And the 3 minutes start now.
Hello, my name is Sandra Treide, and my passion is to building bridges between science, medicine, and business. And Printimed is the best way to do it. Sorry, what's happened?
Don't worry, we'll restart the timer. Technical things occur.
Okay.
All right, let's restart. Let's go.
You see biomaterials. And if you see, at this moment we have not biomaterials who is trustly and safe for implants, for bioprinting and tissue regeneration. That is why we came up with our solution, artificial spider silk, next generation biomaterial, which is safe for human body, have super elasticity, and very, very strong. The main uniqueness of our technology is to creating this unique material in water-based process without chemicals, and also specific modification technology allow us to modify this material for different cell types and medical uses. This technology received most scientific achievement in Latvian science last year. Our business model is very simple. We produce raw material, we produce products, and then we licensing products to other companies. We will plan to produce, to receive our financial step by step, producing different materials. Market of spider silk is new, but it grows very fast, and Printimed is ready to be a leader in medical grade segment. Our competitive advantages are using material in medical field, and also the sustainable properties. We can change mechanical properties and cell attachment properties without producing a new protein. At this moment, our company developed artificial spider silk production technology, artificial spider silk membranes for organ-on-chip technology, and heart valve. And during this program, we we developed gloves for regeneration and protecting the skin. Next steps are to go in vitro and in vivo tests and go to registration of material.
Thank you. The next step for us is the experts, but a round of applause for the presentation. You forced through it. Job well done. Ilona, let's start.
Thank you. Very interesting. You are a medtech startup. I understand that you have very lengthy regulatory path, but with those gloves, you can actually start selling as a cosmetic product, right?
Yes, this is cosmetic product, but it is absolutely logically, because also for cosmetic we need registration, but we need the same, how to say, experiments, researches, what we need for cosmetics. In the next step, we can use it in medicine also.
20 seconds.
In terms of the journey, what would be the lowest hanging fruit for you to start sales?
Quick answer.
Sorry?
With what product can you start sales already?
We plan to start at 2028.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Sandra. Whew. A round of applause. You deserve it. Thank you very much. All right, let's move on to the fifth presentation. They develop an automated drone and data analysis solution. Atlas, Ray, and Viktors Bikovs. A round of applause to Viktors.
Hello.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Let's do it.
So 60% from the European water, internal water, is polluted. 100+ billion euros spent to clean up the mess. Imagine, 92 million oil come from the propulsion system. How we address this problem? First, we take the easiness. So it means the on-demand access environment by just clicking of the button. It's the platform where we can work and address such problems as environment monitoring. Example, 70% from the customer will use our solution, we can increase speed up the process of the detection of the problem and clean the mess. One more important for the example, 5 million it took for the ports to clean up the mess if we're taking in account the moderate contamination, and 1 hour, let's say, inspection is just 5K. One more is the example of Ukraine post-conflict analysis, where we can detect the UXMO and the mines and support the mining process for 70%. And imagine we get from €1 spent, we give in returns 36 times. It's easy to use our solution. It can work from the data, what we get from the drones, satellites, and the historical data. We import our, let's say, platform where we can analyze the data. It can be on the cloud, can be also working offline for the defense. And after that, we do the intelligent delivery. Opportunity for us is for the 3.5 billion is the total market, and currently for early adopters we are targeting on 10 millions of the market. And currently in 2025 we finalized the POC with our customers, and now we are on the finalizing also the DaaS platform, which we will run in 2026. It will assure us for 250K of the revenue, and in 2027 after SaaS platform will launch, we will already fix 350K for this solution. So the competition is there, of course, but only we can provide a cost intelligent platform, which such great platform reports values, and of course the reaction time is significantly different. Team has more than 10 years experience operating in this field. Let's say we finalized quite interesting project regarding the multispectral analysis and the data collection from the drones. And currently you're looking for the pre-seed investment, 180K, which will support us and speed up the process for the prototyping, launching of the new solution in different markets, and acquisition of the new clients. Thank you very much. Atlas Ray, protecting what's matter.
Excellent. Right on time. A round of applause. Well, you can take my money, but what will the experts give you? Let's turn to you. 1 minute starts now. Let's go.
Thank you, thank you. Taking care of Earth is always a good thing. And so what is your sales process to customers? How do you sell your service?
So normally it's, we call it cold calls, so it means we will meet customer directly. Normally it's B2G or B2B, so it means we will going to attract our customers using the conference, different ways of the, let's say, showcase our solution and simplicity of the solution, of course.
And what is the value they get out of your service? Is it economical? Is it time or accuracy?
Yeah, it's normally time is always money. It's like there. So it's taking like previously use case. So it's mean if we late on the detection, it's like illness. If faster you detect, for example, the cancer, more easier will be the cure. More like say cheap also will be the cure. And this is the similar. So faster we detect. Easy to collect.
Thank you.
Less money you spend.
Excellent. Thank you, Viktos.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the presentation. All right. Those are amazing ideas. And the next one is as well a sensor and a platform for monitoring the effectiveness of bark beetle traps. Let's welcome on the stage Spruceful and Jānis Binders.
As we have heard today, the humanity might succeed in a race for quantum computing and AI, but it's losing the war against invasive species, the most dangerous of which is spruce bark beetle. It has already destroyed forests in this waste area. Every time I present, I have to color a few extra countries because the existing measures fail to stop or at least slow down the outbreak. Why so? Because the beetle trap service is currently conducted in a manual way, and our ambition is to digitalize this process by introducing telemetry and developing the first smart, data-driven, and cost-saving solution. Our prototype in analog electronics consists of two hardware components, the sensoric part and data transmission part, as well as software in terms of firmware and aggregate data analytics in the cloud. Our serviceable, obtainable market doubles every 7 years. Forest Tech has only started a digitalization process, so there is a high potential and a wide range of stakeholders to whom our product could be interesting. We outperform our competitors in terms of data transmission, which might be up to 4 times better, and in terms of modularity and compatibility with a wider range of existing traps. The team all has technical background, and as I previously mentioned, we are currently improving the existing prototype by switching from analog electronics to digital electronics, and we are very grateful to Confluence, who were the first program to believe in us. Currently, we're active in parallel in 4 pre-incubators and pre-accelerators. After addressing a market for spruce bark beetle, which is the most burning environmental catastrophe for the humanity, we also plan on diversifying to other pests, which requires almost zero effort from our side, and also globalizing and providing our solutions to the countries you saw on the map, which is basically the entire Northern Hemisphere plus Australia. This is our ask to finalize the minimal lovable prototype.
And thank you.
Let's save forests in a smart way.
Perfect. Thank you very much. A round of applause. All right, Jānis, let's turn to Ilona.
Thank you so much. Very interesting. I know very little about this problem. Can you explain, let's say, how much we are losing if we are doing still manually this work?
That's very difficult to quantify, but just to get a grasp, currently it's a hard-coded paper schedule, which is the same for everyone. So foresters drive once every 2 weeks, open a trap, and of course, if there is, and check whether it has to be serviced. If there is an outbreak, they should do it every 2 days. If there is no outbreak, they should do it once in 3 months.
All right, 20 seconds, be fast.
How do you measure success of your product, and how it will be possible with your help to color back the countries?
Quick answer?
Yeah, so either we lose forests or we don't.
Quick answer, perfect, right on time. A round of applause to Yanis. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Spruce full. All right, 7th presentation, simulation software for design of magnetic components. Traflow, represented by Juris Vencels. A round of applause to Juris. All right, and 3 minutes are yours.
Hi. Traflow is building simulation software for power electronics engineers who are designing components that are powering our electric world. But this time I'm going to talk about microelectronics and semiconductors. If we look on modern brain, the board with a chip that powers AI revolution from NVIDIA, that this board will mostly contain power electronics than the chip itself. Because the last conversion from 12 volts to 1 volt the chip consumes takes most of the space and burns the most of electricity. 12% is just wasted in heat by converting this from 12 volts to 1 volt. And the industry, the big companies, Intel and NVIDIA, are heading to so-called power supply on chip. So the idea is very simple. What if, instead of having discrete components all around the chip, what if we place them within the package of the chip itself? Power supply on a chip. And it requires special type of magnetic components like transformers, inductors, that we are helping to simulate. And the problem is that in order to make even the smallest, even the simplest prototype for this component, you would need first to create a tooling and then create a prototype. And that would cost a lot of money because you would need to create a so-called photoresistive stencils and use the technologies that are used to create the chips. What if, instead of making real prototypes, we could just run a computer simulations and find out whether the design is good or bad and take it just for a fraction of time and cost. And this is what we are focusing. We are building specialized software particularly for those called magnetic components, and it has a unique, specialized workflow that helps engineers to get started quickly, learn how to model, and solve their problems in a very short time frame. You would ask, oh, but there are many simulation tools around, and engineers are using Excel to build everything nowadays. Well, yes and no. The ANSYS, which is our main big competitor, their software is old legacy, super hard for them to maintain, and they're super slow to kick quickly for those industries that are like magnetics. They would need to invest a lot of money for the industry that they're not sure they will get money back. So we're a team of 7 engineers, and we have achieved 50K month-over-month revenues, got investment from strategic investor, getting into big consortiums, and basically have a unique know-how. The team consists, the shareholders consist of me, my co-founder, who is a professional software developer, and strategic partner. This is the future for us, and this is what we are rising.
Excellent, thank you, round of applause. All right, let's turn to our experts. Ilona.
Thank you so much. What's your go-to-market strategy, and what are the markets in terms of geography?
First of all, it's global. However, semiconductor industry now is mostly concentrated in 3 regions: United States, Europe, and East Asia. And about the go-to-market strategy, now the strategy is to provide sort of unique R&D services for simulations while building the software. Once we are into their workflow, it will be very hard and difficult for them to kick out us from their workflows.
All right, 25 seconds. Valdemars.
What is your goal of attending this pre-accelerator?
Attending this accelerator? Honestly, you know the answer.
All right. 10 seconds, last words. If not, a round of applause. Well deserved. Thank you. All right, 3 more presentations. Let's give them the energy that they deserve. Number 7, 4 more presentations. Let's turn to our next presentation. They develop the digital bridge systems for monitoring and prediction. They are Adventum Tech, and he is Nikita Gorbatko. Let's welcome him on the stage. There you are. All right, here's the clicker, here's the mic, and let's start.
Let's start. Nikita is busy today. I'm replacing him. Let's start. Hi, my name is Kirill. I'm lead R&D engineer at Adventum Tech, and we are measuring the invisible. Did you know that in Europe and US alone, there is more than 500,000 bridges that are over 50 years old, and day by day, these structures don't become safer. And millions cross them daily, trusting they are safe. But they may not be. Today, engineers rely only on manual inspections, slow, subjective. These inspections give only a snapshot in time. Between visits, damage grows unseen, and that's why disasters still happen. Italy, Genoa, 43 people died. India, Padra, this year, 22 more. And the cause of these collapses was absence of real-time data. And our solution is Digital Bridge, real-time structural health monitoring system developed by Adventum Tech. Our system is equipped with easy-to-install wireless sensors that are adaptable completely to any bridge. And here's how it's works. Sensors are connected to the bridge, data from them flows securely through gateway to our analytics app, where operators receive all the data, AI analytics, alerts, and intuitive reports as simple as traffic light. Green, safe; yellow, maintenance needed; red, bridges in critical conditions. And when our system detects anomalies, alerts are sent before disaster strike, so operators have time to act. And if bridges in Italy and India had this tool, operators could prevent all the casualties. Now let's talk about financial benefits of our system. By detecting issues early, operators can plan maintenance instead of reacting to emergencies. Predictive maintenance transforms bridge management from unpredictable expense to strategic planning. But with continuous data and proved safety, our system helps operators to cut risks, apply for better insurance terms, and also strengthen public trust. We monetize in 3 ways. We sell our sensors for a long-term project, rent them for short ones, and also we sell subscription to our app and AI analytics. Also, we are already proving traction. Our system is monitoring Latvian National Railway Bridge over Daugava, suspension bridge in Riga, and also we deployed few pilots together with Saudi Arabian Railways. Our strength lies in our team. Together we combine deep technical knowledge across constructions, mechanical and electrical engineering, IT development and commercialization. Together we are transforming pilot projects into full-scale global solutions. Now we are raising €1 million to deploy more pilots and strengthen our digital bridge system development. We don't just monitor infrastructure, we build the future of resilient bridges, and we invite you to build it with us. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Kirill. All right, let's turn to our experts. Valdemar?
Thank you. Safety first. How does your product integrate into daily workflow of operators? Do they need to change anything, or does it require to change national regulation of adding such monitoring system to their, reporting needs?
At first, they need to install our sensors on the bridge and get all the data and manage them properly to ensure bridge safety.
All right.
But do they need to change anything in their procedures, in their workflow, in order to make this eligible?
No, they don't need to do any changes.
All right, 10 seconds.
Is your IP protectable?
Yes.
Excellent. Right on time. Round of applause, kiddos. Thank you very much for stepping in. Thank you very much. I'm afraid to ask, how would you color the bridges in Riga here? But that's another conversation for another time. Let's welcome presenter number 9. They develop nanocatalytic coatings that replace precious metals. OA Corporation, represented by Ivars Starikos. A round of applause. Ivars, I presume. Here you go.
Thank you.
All right, are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Always.
let's start.
Anyway, it's thank you to having me here. So my name is Ivars Starikos. I'm representing company OA Corporation. Just briefly, we are 2 years old company, started as a startup, but basically we are spin-off of more than 10 years experience in hydrogen area, specifically in engineering of the systems. And the long story short, I will not try to convince why hydrogen is important, but basically hydrogen is device, electrolyzer is device what converts renewable electricity into the hydrogen, basically unlocking you the doors of systems integrator to the other sectors, because then you can get always back energy as electricity, but also get a renewable fuel. And therefore, electrolyzer is one of the key components in every energy system. And what we have identified that today, all the big market players are following the hype. Therefore, there is quite big question mark about scalability. This means small systems, what would be more suitable like countries like we are. And second, of course, the big problem is rare earth materials. Therefore, together with our partners, we have created electrolyzer, which is basically, the stock is already ready. Now we are finalizing our balance of plant of the system. And we will have a quite good system, which will, first of all, be more reliable, much cheaper, and better and more reliable in operations, what basically unlocks the whole industry of hydrogen production around the world, not only specifically in Latvia, but also around the world. So product and services, basically we are now focusing on systems integration as a service, but we envisage that in nowadays, it's not anymore pure manufacturing as itself. It's more or less conducting knowledge about value chains. Therefore, two critical components are with us. This is electrolyzer stock. Therefore, we are able to integrate it as a system in renewable energy production and supply systems. As I mentioned, we are developing the systems, we are integrating them, and we are offering also to our customers this as a service, because what we are envisaging that today the markets are transforming. It's more or less even in energy market. It's not anymore about just equipment, but it's about services. And therefore, all this expertise, what we have collected with our electrolyzer is important for next steps. About market size, electrolyzers as a systems today is a more than $1 billion market. But what we can see that by the changes of legislation, what has been set up by member states, all the gray hydrogen what is on the market, today there is almost 20 billion tons of hydrogen on the market. They are transforming to renewable. So, and that's potentially all our market.
Thank you very much. A round of applause. All right, let's turn to our experts. Who's up first? 1 minute starts now. Ilona.
Yes, you started with some nano coatings and then you jumped into the electrolyzers. So I'm a bit confused. What's your product and who's your customer?
Product is electrolyzer and nano coating is the solution what we implemented in electrolyzer, because electrolyzer consists from components, and key component is membrane, which is coated by rare earth materials.
All right, 30 seconds.
And the second question was about who is your customer. I started reading that they are producers of hydrogen, but if you can explain more.
Most important customer is all the energy companies, because for them storage of the energy is the key, and hydrogen is one of the ways how you can store energy. Because you can store energy, everyone thinks of batteries, but battery is electrochemical device. It's more or less you are storing in electrons or molecules. Then the fact is how flexible you are afterwards for usage. Hydrogen provides you flexibility.
Ivars OA Corporation deserves a round of applause. Thank you for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the last presentation. They're building construction technologies that allow the use of low-cost and recycled materials. I'm talking about Echo Technologies and Edmunds Visotskis. Welcome, Edmunds. A round of applause to our last presenter. Here's your clicker. Please come on the stage and we can start.
Hello, my friends, colleagues, and business partners and investors. zero waste eco technologies, eco houses. What is problem? In winter we need heat up buildings, in summer cooling down. We produce a lot of heat, some harmful emissions, lose money, and therefore we have some solution. Effective building constructions, geometry is very important. Energy efficient building materials, it's very important. More effective thermal isolation materials, uses them in thicker layer. Innovative thermal isolation windows and exterior doors, and high efficiency indoor ventilation systems. This is my patented solutions, minimal amount of construction, maximal amount of heat isolation, double windows and double doors. So we can save heat energy in building by double, triple windows, and with air gap. And in winter, also we need using double heated building, this window doors. And I built myself this building in one summer with colleague, and traction is amount of customers in Latvia 5%, and clients is families who want to build these energy economic buildings, and companies which will make this service. Pilot project need to be built within 1 year. Documentation and administration cost is 50,000 euros. Build-up eco-house expenses about 50,000 euros. And market opportunities in Latvia is 300 millions, Europe 1.4 trillions, in Scandinavia 52 billions in a year. Total market, it will be very good achieve 5%, real is 2-3%, and initial goal is the first client company that will purchase a new technology franchise and build up high energy efficient eco buildings. So, for example, so 1 square meter in Latvia costs 1.5 thousand euro, 2,000, Scandinavia 2.5 thousand euro per square meter, and license for each building will cost in Latvia 11,000 euros, 15,000 in Europe, in Scandinavia 18,000 euros. And it's our team, it's my technology and my ideas. I take in team advertising, which have experienced 20 years, and also technical solution expert with 20 years, Oscars. Thank you very much.
Nicely done, Edmunds. Thank you for that. Let's see what our experts think about this. Valdemars, you're up first.
Thank you. You survived this. And what exactly was your invention, and is it protectable, like patentable?
I have 2 patents of building construction. It's consume very low amount of building construction materials, and it's very hard. And also, I can make new patent for very efficient ventilation system. I can make new patents 3 for this technology.
All right, Ilona, what do you think?
Are you planning to focus on 2 types of customers simultaneously, families and construction companies?
No, my business partner will be investor, and customers is building companies which will build up these buildings, and also customers is clients who want these buildings.
All right, a round of applause to our last presenter. Thank you, Edmunds. That's how it's done. Build yourself a house and a startup. I like it. I like it very much. We have 1 minute. Can I put you on the spot? Maybe some comments, some feedback, overall feedback on what you heard, what you liked, maybe something that the presenters should do more and accent more in future pitches. What do you think?
First of all, thank you so much for the presentation. It was awesome. I'm always amazed about the ideas, the inventions. My advice would be to focus more on the customer problem. As I recently heard, that you have to love the problem of your customer, and also only, let's say, through understanding the problem, you will create the best possible solution. Please put more figures in your pitch deck, less text. Be able to justify every statement that you are making. That's really important. And once again, focus on the problem of your customer. Love it.
Quickly, Valdemars.
Yes, congratulations to everyone who survived, and all survived as far as I see. This is a nice training for pitching. I agree to Ilon. I would also expect digging more into the problem and be more specific and narrow in describing the exact problem and the alternatives they are currently using and why your alternative really is better. I would also suggest to many of the teams to look into distribution models. So in order to accelerate your sales and product development, that could be a good way of building sales.
Perfect. A round of applause to Voldemar and Elon for the hard work that they did during this hour. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Confluence program pitches. Thank you very much for being here.